What's up with you guys? It's your girl Masking. I'm back with another video. So today we're going to be talking about how being detached from the outcome of any situation can make you extremely wealthy, extremely rich, and extremely well off. So I hope you all are doing phenomenal in your reality. So I have learned over the years that when it comes to sales specifically, which everything in my opinion is sales because we're all providing some type of service to the marketplace. Doesn't matter what you specialize in, doesn't matter what you're good at, you provide some sort of service to the marketplace, and in providing that service, you are selling your products, your goods, your services, okay? So we're all in sales at the end of the day. Now, what I've learned is we all carry vibrations and energy within us. And we're either vibrating at a high level or we're vibrating at a low level. Now, the thing about energy is we all feel energy depending on how in tune we are. Some people better than others, but initially we all can feel energy. We all can feel the vibe. We all can feel how a person is coming off, which kind of, hits our sensors to let us know if we want to either move closer to someone or if we want to move away from someone, depending on what type of signals that our senses or our sensors pick up from that person. Now, with that being said, when it comes to doing deals, which if you're going into some type of agreement with a person, you're initially doing some type of deal, you're doing some type of exchange, something of that nature. So when you're communicating with a person, they're going to be able to pick up on your energy when it comes to that said transaction. So what I have learned from a lot of trial and error is when you come off vibrationally, or if you come off from an energy standpoint in a way where you are eager or anxious or overly invested in the outcome of the situation, it usually repels the person from an energetic standpoint, okay? So this is extremely important when it comes to sales, regardless if you're in real estate or not, regardless of what service you're in. This is extremely important because when I notice the transactions or the deals that I'm doing, when I'm very nonchalant, when I'm not rushing the person, when I'm not overly checking up on the person, when I'm not eagerly anxious in the communication, which you can feel through the telephone, you can feel through emails, you can feel through text messages. It doesn't matter because the words that you choose to use are going to come out depending on what vibration you are feeling on the inside. So regardless of how you're communicating, the other person can receive and they're receptive to your energy and your vibrations. So I noticed psychologically when, let's say I have a certain dollar amount in the bank, okay? I have a certain dollar amount in the bank, I'm good, I ain't worried about nothing. You kind of walk a certain way, you talk a certain way, and the other person receives this. And 9 times out of 10, those transactions is going to go in your favor. But when you are in a space where you're lacking and that bank account ain't looking too good, you are going to give off a little bit more of a anxious kind of, I really need this deal to close type energy. And a person is going to pick up on that, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to sense that something's a little off, and usually those be the deals that falls off, okay? Now, when I'm closing deals that may be $5,000 or $6,000 or $2,500 or $3,000, like a smaller dollar amount, usually, you know, it be not a big of a deal. But then when the transaction, when the number is a little bit higher, when that fee is a little bit larger, and a $15,000 or $20,000 or $25,000 deal is on the line, this also can make your energy switch up a little bit. And you be like, oh, you know, you talk a little bit, you're a little bit more detailed, you take a little bit more care, because you're like, I really want this deal to go through. And usually this is the thing that make the person kind of be like, oh, you a little invested in this, right? So here's the hack. If you can get in a space where you can be neutral and unattached to if the deal goes through or not, regardless, the chances are that your deals is going to go through a lot more often, because the person is going to see that you don't care. It's a saying that you should never go and try to sell something or get invested in a new business or a company if you're really down on money, because the desperation is going to show. So you should never go try to sell something when you're in a mode of lack. And there's a reason why they say that, because that energy, that vibration is going to stand out like a sore thumb. And also on a moral perspective, you may end up doing things against your character just to try to make sure that those deals go through or those funds come in. But if you can shift your mind and get into a mental space where you don't care whether the deal go through or not, I can guarantee that your transaction percentage of success rate will go up tremendously. So when you're talking to your customers, when you're talking to potential customers, don't be in a space of neediness. Don't be in a space of desperation. Just focus on if the deal makes sense, if the deal works, if this is the type of person that you even want to do a deal with. You make the decisions. You decide yay or nay. I'm at a point right now in my life, sometimes I close down deals. I turn down deals. I shut shit down if I notice that the person is an asshole, or they just, character-wise, I don't like them. I just don't like talking to them, or I just don't like dealing with them. You get people like that sometimes, where you just like, this motherfucker getting on my nerves. Like, I don't want to have to call you every day and you getting on my fucking nerves. Those type of people, I'll shut down now. In the past, when I was a little bit newer and I was, getting my feet wet, I would never do something like that. But when you get to a space where you don't really care, your mental health, your peace, your happiness, the way you're feeling is more important than money, you are going to notice how you're going to attract so much more money because you're not attached to the outcome. And I suggest when you go into speaking with customers, always speak in a way, does this make sense? Is this a person I want to work with? And when you move in that way, you'll notice things change. Like, don't be attached to if the deal goes through. Now, I do understand that this can be scary and intimidating when you first start out, but do understand that what you're doing is you're shifting your mindset from more of a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. And when you do this, you'll become more calm, you'll become more confident, and that energy will be oozing out of you, and people will take notice of this. And that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments if you have been moving in more so of abundant vibration, and let me know how it's working for you. Let me know if you notice the changes in how people deal with you and react to you in those transactions and in daily interactions altogether. And also let me know if this is something that you struggle with, like I have in the past, and you want to try this out, shifting your mind into a more abundant mindset and see how it works for you, and if you see some changes and differences in your life. So go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'm excited to hear from you. That's all I have for this video. Until next time, peace.